Plant the seed. Plant the seed. That's all I'll say. This guy is a couple years away, 2026 free agency. Just plant the seed, man. I know it's a pipe dream, but still, let's not lose sight of the fact of the market the guy's in, where he's from. Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know, man. I get why people would just laugh and roll their eyes and say, you idiots in Toronto think you are, the sun revolves around you. And I get that. But if Connor McDavid cares about legacy and that type of thing, which it's hard to know what that guy thinks. He doesn't say a whole lot. You just know he's like one-dimensionally driven towards hockey and his craft. But he lives in Toronto in the offseason with Draisaitl, correct?
Draisaitl's significant other is in the area.
Okay. And I don't know, if you crunch the numbers, crunch the cap, crunch the contracts that are coming up, if those guys wanted to, they could come to Toronto and it would work. It could and would work. They'd have to be communication beforehand from Draisaitl to McDavid saying, if I'm doing this, are you coming right behind me? Because there is a year difference in them, which is unfortunate, actually. But there's ways to clear up our big contracts, the cap going up. I could see it happening, but it's all based on, do they want to do that? Is Connor going to leave Edmonton? Is he happy there? Does he have a reason to stay there? I feel like if he doesn't win in the next 2 years, like it's up to this year on what they do. They're on this, historic run. They look like they're playing phenomenal hockey. They got a hot goaltender, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's a very long road ahead of them, but if they don't get it done and he's there for 10 years and then he's going to look back and go, do I stay here? Like, for what? I've given them everything I could give them for a decade here. And I know Oilers fans don't want to hear it, but I think they're worried about it. And I think that they could lose both of those guys. And why not Toronto? Say they got the pieces around them. They are that good. I mean, to have them a part of it, it's maybe it's a pipe dream, but I think it's more realistic than the naysayers would give it credit for, that those two guys could end up sometime in Toronto and try to make, like, if they did make a run and win the cup there, it would just be over. It would just be over, man. Like, lifelong legends forever and ever until the day they die and their friggin' kids die, man. They would be legends in Toronto for doing that and for getting it done. Big time pipe dream, I get it, but it's more realistic than I think the naysayers give it credit for.
I just love that he kept getting asked, like, what's it like to be here at home for All-Star weekend? And he's like, I love playing. Even mentioned the Leafs fans a couple times. But I think, to your point, obviously it's a pipe dream, but I think it's more realistic McDavid than Draisaitl. Obviously, the guy's from here, and I get that. But never say never. I think this market is a bit different, and I do credit John Tavares for being the first to do it. Like, if you remember, Rosie, back in your era, not too long ago, a decade ago, nobody really wanted to come to Toronto. It was a different feel. It's like players are like, fuck that. And it's now like they want to be here. It seems to be a destination, money aside. I get that's a bit of an optic too. But guys want to play on this team. They want to be here. They want to be in the Mecca. Like, it's a different feel, at least.
It's hard to say. It's all personality, man. Like, yeah. I just don't see a Jamie Benn coming here and being happy. It's just not. Guys are cut from different cloth. Like, what's your motivation? Like, some guys, like some guys' attitude towards hockey is just like, that's it for me. Like, and the same thing with like golfers. You see this live golf and PGA Tour thing, and some guys like Rory McIlroy is just like, this is the tour I wanted to play on. This is where all the history is. This is where the record books are written off of. So this is where I am regardless. And then like a Dustin Johnson is just like, I can play less golf and be with my family more and make more money. He's like, it's an absolute no-brainer to him. So it's just a different mentality of your career and what it means. And if some guys like, I'm all about legacy, I'm all about, remembrance and history and putting myself on the map and doing something that lives on when I'm gone, that kind of guy would want to come to Toronto and try to do something special. And there's the other guys that are like, why would I go answer the same freaking question to the same dumb media guys every single day and be scrutinized every time I have a hiccup when I could go down to Florida and wear my goddamn flip-flops every single day and hit the golf course after practice? It's just the mentality, the different people, right? So John Tavares is not the flip-flop guy. He is all business. He's all Mr. Captaincy. He's all serious, and he's one-dimensionally like seems to be built around hockey, and that's great. And that's why he is as good as he is at it and why he's had the career he's had. So mentality is what does it. And I know lots of guys when I was playing there where a buddy, free agency comes around or trade deadline or whatever, and someone would call a buddy and be like, yo, what should I do here? And he's like, dude, this is not your deal, man. This isn't your jam.
Yeah.
Like, don't come here. And they're like, fuck, they're talking about Toronto. I'm not going there. And other people would be happy to do it. So it's all up to your personality in my mind, from what I've gathered in my time, that whether people love being here or not.
Make sure to check out more of our content right here on the Leafs Nation YouTube page. We got long form interviews, we got clips, we got epic rants by Jay Rosehill. We simply have it all. And don't forget, you can find out much more at theleafsnation.com. Thanks so much for watching.